G'day, we're at SEMA Ignited with Ron from Arizona. He's brought this killer V-dub squareback Type 3 gasser. Mate, this is an insane car. First, talk us through the setup with the twin engine thing. How does that all work?
It works through, they're connected through the crankshaft. It has a 6-inch coupler, a solid inch thick aluminum coupler that bolts to the front crankshaft of the back motor, and then it bolts to the flywheel of the front motor. And then the motors are clocked 90 degrees off on the timing. So they each have their own ignition systems, so that they will run independent of each other, but the crankshaft is the only thing that marries them together and keeps the time.
So what was the genesis for this build?
We were just trying to do something that was different, something that the coupling engines has been done years ago, but street use is starting to become, I've seen a couple of them here at the SEMA show, but I've never seen one of this nature on a Volkswagen, in a Volkswagen. So again, we're trying to be different. That was all the goal was.
Yep. So you had this car in your backyard at home and you thought you'd build a gasser?
Yes, it was sitting in my backyard. My oldest son were looking at it and like, what should we do with it? He's like, let's make a gasser squareback. Never seen one. I'm like, done. Here we are.
Did you consider the traditional small block, big block?
We did. The initial build was a big block, 454 big block. And the more we start thinking about it, we're like, why can't we put the air-cooled engine in the front? And I'm like, we can. How about if we put two up there? And he's like, can you? I'm like, sure. Here we are.
So what are we talking in terms of horsepower and weight?
Horsepower, it's estimated at about 400 horsepower and about 450 foot-pounds of torque. Weight's about 15 to 1,600 pounds.
And what's the rest of the driveline?
The motors are connected to a QuickTime bell housing. It goes into a Tremec 5-speed, runs through a 3-inch drive shaft, goes into a Ford 9-inch nodular case, Detroit locker. It's got 411 Richmond gears, 31 axle spline axle shafts, and it's got the big drum brakes on it. Trying to keep in the gasser style instead of going disc.
Damn straight. So you basically built a flat 8?
Yes, sir. Somebody had to do it, I guess.
Hell yeah. And what's it like to drive?
It drives actually quite nice. The front end's kind of soft. I got to tighten it up a little bit, but the back's a little stiff, but it was intentionally supposed to be stiff so I can get better hookup. But it is fun to drive. It draws a lot of attention.
And you guys will race it?
I have not raced it down the drag strip as of yet. Yep. We're trying to hurry up and get it ready for here. I've got a little bit of road time back home with it, and once I get back, we're going to the Good Guys Car Show, and then I'll take it down to the strip. I don't want to break it before I get to the Good Guys Car Show. Each motor is a 2332. They have full scat parts inside. I don't remember the cams off the top of my head. The carburetors are MP carburetors. They're 48 millimeter MP carburetors. The distributors are just a stock 09 centrifugal force distributors. The wiring, the spark plug wires are actually from a V8 motor. So I wanted to put the supersized spark plug wires on it, just so it looks a little bit better. Other than that, there's really nothing too spectacular in them. They're we could have got a lot more, but I didn't want to go too crazy. I wanted to see how this was going to play out first. Yeah. There is future plans for another one.
Another one of these?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to say too much,
all right,
because if I can do it, I'd like to, but if not, then no big deal. But yeah, I got another one that I really want to go. How far can I go? I want to take it to the next level of way beyond what this will do.
Okay.
So, as a tease, there will be another.
All right, we'll keep an eye out for that, mate. You've built one of the coolest cars we've seen all weekend. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, sir.